Hello, I'm Tristan. Last year I started working on a YouTube video which explained the difference between every single Ring camera and doorbell, but it was just too confusing and it gave me a migraine. So I just did a video covering all of Ring's doorbells instead. However, I'm now back and migraine free. So today's video explains the difference between all 14 of Ring's cameras. Yep, they have 14 to choose from. Well, technically it's only 4 different types of products, but some of these then have 4 or 5 variations each. So yeah, it gets confusing. Maybe that's why you're watching this video. You went online and you went to buy a Ring camera, but you gave up and you went for a drive on Swindon's Magic Roundabout instead. It's easier to navigate than Ring's product lineup, that's for sure. Right, so at a high level, Ring's 4 cameras, the types of cameras are the Ring indoor camera, the Ring stick-up cam, the Ring spotlight cam, and the Ring floodlight cam. The best way of discussing their differences is to instead discuss their similarities. Bear with me. All 14 models record in what Ring call Full HD, and I discuss this point more in a separate video. All of these cameras start recording when motion is detected, and then they send notifications to your phone telling you about the motion. In other words, none of these record in 24/7. You can configure notifications on all 14 devices to either not receive notifications at different times of the day, or to only receive notifications when a person is detected, which can be quite useful. All 14 models also support two-way talk, basically intercom functionality, allowing you to talk through the Ring app so that people near your Ring device can actually hear you and speak back to you. All models also work well with Amazon Alexa. You can either view the video feed through an Echo Show, or you can get motion and doorbell alerts through a traditional Echo device. So all the core Ring features exist on all 14 models. The first real difference between these models, though, is where you actually want to install it. The cheapest model, which is the Ring indoor camera, can only be used indoors. Surprising, eh? It has no weatherproofing, so using it inside your home or an outbuilding is fine, but mounting it outdoors naturally is not. Then we have the Ring stick-up cam, which is weatherproofed, and so you can use it outdoors. Although it doesn't have any inbuilt lights, so you'll have to rely purely on the night vision functionality to see people. Whilst it's good that the stick-up cam is weatherproofed, it also costs $40 or £40 more than the indoor cam. So there's no real point in buying the stick-up cam if you're only ever going to use it indoors. The other 2 types of camera, the Ring spotlight cam and the Ring floodlight cam, are then designed purely to work outdoors, not indoors. They have built-in lights that activate when somebody walks past, so you wouldn't really, want to use these indoors. Plus, these don't come with a standing base to actually sit on a table or a shelf. They're purely designed to be wall-mounted outdoors. So the install location is the first main difference. The second big difference to discuss is whether they have inbuilt lights. The 2 purely outdoor cameras, the spotlight cam and the floodlight cam, have lights built in. The floodlight cam's light is pretty powerful. It's a floodlight after all, as you'd expect, although the light in the Ring spotlight is less than 400 lumens, which is quite weak. This compares with the Ring stick-up cam, which can be installed outdoors, but it doesn't have a light. Finally, the Ring indoor cam doesn't have any sort of motion-activated lighting. The next functional difference is a siren. The Ring spotlight and floodlight cams are both designed as security devices, so they have built-in hardware sirens that you can activate manually through the Ring app on your smartphone, and they pump out 110 decibels. This is quite loud. A passing train is around 85 decibels. And as of December 2020, you can finally link the siren of your Ring alarm system. So if your Ring alarm system triggers, so do the sirens of your Ring outdoor cameras. The Ring indoor cam and stick-up cams sort of have sirens. Basically, within the live view mode, there is a siren button which will play a sound through the speakers at the highest volume possible, but this is still quieter than the proper hardware sirens that are built into the spotlight cams and the floodlight cameras. Moving on, before I discuss the specific differences between all the variants, I want to discuss how the power method affects your Ring camera. Because Ring cameras only record when motion is detected, your Ring device needs to be constantly sort of aware of its surroundings. In other words, to start recording when motion is detected. But any battery-based device will naturally need to conserve power. It'd be pointless having to charge up your Ring camera every few days. As a result, battery-powered Ring cameras aren't quite as good as plugged-in or hardwired ones. They're more likely to miss motion altogether, or to simply start recording too late, meaning that you sometimes just see the back of somebody as they walk off your property and they're leaving. For this reason, I personally tend to avoid Ring's battery cameras completely, and I only ever use plugged-in ones, or hardwired ones. But if you can't run power to a particular location, a battery-powered Ring camera is better than nothing, of course. And that brings me on to the model-by-model comparison. The Ring indoor cam is easy. It has all the features that I mentioned earlier, and it only has one power mode. It must be plugged into a power outlet. Simple. I have the Ring indoor cam in my garage, and it works really well. The bracket of the Ring indoor cam, the thing at the bottom, allows you to basically mount it on a wall if you'd like, or you can sit it on a shelf or a table. It's also quite cheap at $60 or £50 in the UK, although during Amazon sales it's often much cheaper. The next type of Ring camera is the Ring stick-up cam. As I touched on earlier, this is weatherproofed, so you can install it outdoors if you'd like. The bracket also supports shelf or wall mounting, like the indoor cam, which is convenient. It also has 4 different power methods. Battery, which lasts for 6 to 12 months, plug-in via a power outlet, solar, and power over Ethernet. The battery and plug-in options are obvious, but what about solar and power over Ethernet? Well, the stick-up cam solar is basically the stick-up cam battery, but it comes with a $50 solar panel which connects to the battery and it keeps it charged up. Unless you install the stick-up cam in the shade, you shouldn't need to recharge the battery. The other variant is the stick-up cam Elite. I like this one. This uses power over Ethernet, PoE, to supply both power and internet connectivity to the device. Ignoring the high price tag of the Elite, this is quite a nice product, because all of Ring's other cameras are Wi-Fi based and Wi-Fi can be unreliable. It can have blips, and it can also suffer from Wi-Fi jamming attacks, which will take your Ring camera offline. The Ring stick-up cam Elite is immune to this. Whilst I wouldn't recommend Ring as your only household security device, I think it's always good to have at least one power over Ethernet security camera installed somewhere in case your Wi-Fi fails or is jammed. Next up, we have the Ring Spotlight Cam series. It's pointless. Don't buy it. Right, onto the Ring Floodlight Cam. What do you mean I can't just say that? Fine. The Ring Spotlight Cam is pointless. It costs $199 or £179, which is double the price of the Ring stick-up cam. Yes, it has a light and a proper siren, but guess what? The Ring Floodlight Cam Plus has a siren and a much brighter light for $20 less. The only sensible option, in my opinion, in that range is the Ring Spotlight Cam mount, which comes with 3 flush mounting brackets, meaning that they are more versatile for installations than the Ring stick-up cam's single bracket. Plus, it can be mounted to an electrical junction box for a neat overall finish. Beyond that, ignore the Ring Spotlight Cam, unless it's on sale for a great price. Rant over. Now I really am moving on to the Ring Floodlight Cam. So there's 5 variants of this, sort of. I spoke about this more in another video, but the original Floodlight Cam came out in 2018, and it offered 1,800 lumens of brightness on the lights, a loud siren, and all the usual smart functionality that you'd expect. It's a pretty nice product, and I have one mounted in my backyard. Ring then scrapped this in 2021, offering the Wired Plus and the Wired Pro instead. These ones can either be wired in or plugged in for an extra $20, but the plug-in version isn't available in the UK at the time of filming. I actually really like what Ring did last year. Ring actually improved the original Floodlight Cam by making the light brighter at 2,000 lumens and then allowing the light to be dimmed. And then they dropped the price, giving us the Ring Floodlight Cam Wired Plus at $180 or £180. Thanks, Ring. Beyond the lighting improvements and a nicer design, there's no real functional difference between the two, the original Floodlight and the Wired Cam Plus. However, the Wired Pro at $250 or £220 does offer some nice new features. It has built-in radar technology, similar to the Ring Doorbell Pro 2, which means the motion detection works better. Plus you have more configuration options then for motion detection. This technology also allows the Ring Floodlight Pro to build up a sort of bird's eye view map of where people have walked, which could prove useful if a potential burglar is scoping out your property. Finally, the Ring Floodlight Cam Pro offers dual band Wi-Fi, 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. This could be useful because 5 GHz Wi-Fi can be faster and the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi band is sometimes overloaded in some areas. However, one big drawback of 5 GHz Wi-Fi is that range is often more limited and its signal drops a fair bit when going through walls. So you might not want 5 GHz Wi-Fi for an outdoor camera anyway. And that's just about it. Phew. There's quite a lot of choice in Ring's camera range, but if you ignore the Ring Spotlight Cam, did I mention it's pointless? Your choices become a lot clearer. An indoor-only camera, a cheap outdoor camera with a range of power options but no light, and then the Ring Floodlight Cam range. And that's really what this choice comes down to. Many of the standard Ring features are available on all 14 of these Ring cameras, but how you actually want to install it and power it is often the key factor in your buying decision. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please click the thumbs up button, which will tell YouTube that more people should see this video. Please also consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the little bell icon, which will notify you when I release new videos. Thank you.